Pets are truly one of a kind. Not only are there many species, but everyone is unique. There's dogs, cats, birds, etc. Now, how do you take pets and make them even cooler? You give them crazy abilities and use them in crazy battles. Pokemon has long been an RPG that gives you hundreds of creatures to use. Many games have taken this concept and made some great games and some not so great games. One game that stands out from the rest in terms of creativity and uniqueness is Evo Creo. It's kinda like Pokemon in some ways, but in others it's not. Evo Creo gives you 172 unique Creos to use on your adventure across Zenith. The Evo Creo world is going to be expanding once Evo Creo 2 comes out and adds a whole new plethora of Creo. I want to document my 5 favorite Creo from the first game. In Evo Creo, your party consists of only 5 members. I have caught all 172, and I've used each in order to see who stands out as the best of the best. So without further ado, here are my 5 favorite Creo from Evo Creo 1. My number 5 slot belongs to Masha. This huge rock behemoth takes my number 5 slot for many reasons. The pre-evolved form of this Creo can be obtained by heading to Carbon City and getting one from the farm in the area. Nausea, just like a bunch of different Creos in the game, can evolve into many different forms based upon their affinity to a certain element. But if you want Armaja, you have to raise Naja's affinity towards ground types. Armaja is an amazing Creo. It was indeed one of my 5 party members through my first playthrough of the game, and Armaja carried my team through some tough battles. And the tunnel ability definitely came in handy for discovering the secret area in Treasure Island. Overall, Armaja was amazing and is definitely worthy of the number 5 slot on my list. With that, let's go ahead and get on to number 4. Number 4 on my list is indeed True Gato. So, where do I begin? True Gato is an electric type cat that really came in handy during my original playthrough. I bought an Elecat from a vendor in Creo Alley and began to train it up. I honestly didn't like Elecat that much at first, but slowly over time, Elecat started to grow on me. The main reason I wanted one was because your sister in the game has one. Your sister is one of your many rivals in the game, and her main partner is Elecat. I truly started to love Elecat more once he evolved fully into True Gato. True Gato is capable of blinding foes with the use of its ultimate move, Solar Flare. Solar Flare definitely came in handy for some tedious battles towards the end of the game, especially against such foes as your sister and the evil team Shadow Hive. If it wasn't for True Gato, I definitely wouldn't have made it through the game as easily as I did. True Gato truly won my heart, and for that, True Gato deserves the number 4 slot on my list. So with that, let's go ahead and get on to my top 3 favorite Creo in Evo Creo 1. Okay, so number 3 on my list of my favorite Creos is Scalel. I remember playing the demo for the game. I wanted to see if it was a good game worth picking up or not. Upon making my way to Plantai Village, I defeated the arena and was stopped by the guards at the bridge. It was the end of the demo. My heart was broken because I truly was enjoying the game a lot. I didn't have the money for the game at the time. I mean, I was only 15, maybe. I don't know, something like that. So I decided to continue playing the demo. Upon further inspection, I discovered that a farmer in the village named Odlar would challenge you to a battle. Now, Odlar isn't just a farmer. Odlar is actually one of the many rads that you can find in the game. He's a truly talented and strong evoker, and upon defeating him, he gifts you one of 3 Creo. I could only choose one of the 3, and I couldn't but help but feel a connection with Skalanka. This weird turtle bird became my 3rd Creo in the demo. I cherished it, and I knew once I got the game, it would, no matter what, be on my team. That is exactly why Scalel holds a special place in my heart. Scalel has been a Creo that I myself have cherished since playing the demo the first time around. And for that exact reason alone, and the fact that Scalel has won me multiple battles, and if it wasn't for Scalel, I wouldn't have enjoyed Evo Creo as much. And that's exactly why Scalel wins my number 3 slot on this list. Alright, let's go ahead and get on to number 2. Alright, so the number 2 slot on my list goes to Armite. Now, if you're an Evo Creo player, you may be wondering why Armite made it to number 2 over a bunch of the other picks on this list. You may be saying, well, at least Scalel, a Creo that's actually in the demo, if you had so much more time with it, why does Armite, get a higher spot on this list? Squarian and Armite can't be found. Well, I have a couple of reasons as to why. Armite has a super cool design, a flaming knight that is ready to kill anything that stands in his way. I regret to say that he was not on my original team for my first playthrough of Evo Creo. I simply didn't know where to find him, and for some reason, I decided not to look it up. I really missed out, but I do have one now. Armite actually won me over because of another mobile game made by Infinity. It's called Tap Creo. Tap Creo is a tapping game starring all your favorite Creo. Armite actually became my main Creo to use on Tap Creo, and he automatically became one of my favorite Creos. This was a game that I would just whip out at work, if I had any spare time, we would go on breaks or whatever. This was a game that I would just pull out. This is why he wins the number 2 slot on my list. He would have won number 1 had it not been for one other Creo. So, before we get on to the number 1 slot for my all-time favorite Creo, let's check out an honorable mention. My honorable mention for a Creo that almost made the list is Alluvian. Now, Alluvian did not make the full list for a couple of reasons, but mostly it's because Alluvian was just there. Sure, Alluvian was on my main team, and it was mostly because I didn't have an Armite, and I didn't know what else to put on the team, so Alluvian was just my choice. During the main game, most of these Creo were on my original team except for Armite. Alluvian took that 5th slot, and I have to admit, he was just kind of there, like I was saying. I love Alluvian because of the time I spent with him, and I will always cherish that time that I spent with Alluvian. Other than that, Alluvian doesn't have anything notable about him, at least when it comes to me. That doesn't mean that the same for you. This is just my opinion. Overall, that's why he doesn't make the list, but now I think it's about time, ladies and gentlemen, that we, as a group, get to see who made number 1 on my list of my top 5 favorite Creo in Evo Creo 1. So, the number 1 Creo on my list goes to Volcadon. I began my entire Evo Creo journey, my demo journey, and my main Evo Creo account both began with my starter. My starter had to be Reboss. Lions are one of my favorite animals, hands down, and Leo is my zodiac symbol, or sign. I chose Reboss without hesitation, and from that point on, I began to use Reboss to wreck all that stood in my way. When the demo was over, I began to grind my Creo. Since the arena utilized grass types the most, I abused the move Kindle. And Reboss is just like Nausea, he evolves to certain affinities. Finally, he evolved into Volcadon. The fiery beast was now standing by my side in battle. I was so ready to get the full game and travel Zenith with Volcadon by my side. Volcadon, for that reason alone, will always be my favorite Creo from the first game, and nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever change that. So guys, this was my top 5 list. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and let's go ahead and get on to the ending. So, that's it everyone. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? I would love to hear who your favorites are in the comments down below. Evo Creo is one of my all-time favorite games and it has gotten my channel to where it is today. I can't wait to eventually play Evo Creo 2 this fall, so before I go, if you like Evo Creo, you should totally check out my videos on it. I have tutorials, shiny catching videos, and I have an ongoing Let's Play. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a Ground Zero video. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Oh yeah, also, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. Alright then, cue the outro.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.